definitely want someone who is curious.
Today we're at 3,000 meters high up in the Andes in the vibrant city of Bogota, the capital of Colombia. Colombia is a country of diversity and of change, and we're here to discuss that change with one of the rising stars in the local arbitration community, who is waiting for us just down there. Hi George, it's so good to meet you. Let's cheers to that with our coffees. It's so great to see you. Thank you for making the time.
Victoria. It's great to meet you.
So listen, Colombia is a very exciting place, and I have plenty of questions. I see that arbitration has really spiked here, and of course with Corona especially, there was a big change in the scene, also in our profession. Would you want to tell us a little bit about it? What are the arbitration trends here in Colombia?
So in Colombia and the region more broadly, arbitration is kind of the go-to dispute resolution mechanism of big business and government business, increasingly. You know, big multinationals that have government contracts, mining contracts, building highways, ports, etc. They don't feel comfortable with local courts. Of course, the go-to mechanism would be arbitration, and so arbitration has developed alongside these big cases, big mining, infrastructure, etc. I think it's part of not really knowing the jurisdiction in depth. Of course, if your home office is in New York or London or Asia, Hong Kong, and you're undertaking a big government contract in South America, 1,000 miles away, and you really have no knowledge of how the local system works, it's just easier to go with something that has worked in the past and you're comfortable with. So international arbitration with a seat in Europe or New York, even Miami now or Panama, it's something that is a little bit closer to what these big multinationals are used to. So I think it's part of that. And then another part of that is, of course, that the judicial system in South America, it's perceived as less developed than other parts of the world.
So George, you have a very diverse background and you studied in the United States yourself. Do you think this is a entry-level requirement to getting an arbitration job in Colombia?
I think it was, but with time I believe it's getting less to be a requirement. In the beginning, arbitration was sort of until a few years ago, it was divided into domestic arbitration and international arbitration, and practitioners in one and the other did not mix pretty much at all. And the international scene was not localized. So international practitioners were Colombians who were partners at the usual suspects in global firms. So with that, there was a very clear separation, and everyone who was in international arbitration had a background in studying in the United States, in Europe, etc., and so that was a very clear division. So if you wanted to go into international arbitration, you not only had to study abroad, but you probably needed to join a firm abroad. And a few years ago, in 2013, 2012, there was a revision to the arbitration statute, and it eased the conditions to go into international arbitration, and set up the copy from the UNCITRAL law, etc. So it was a little more internationalized, if you will, and so from there on we have a lot more international arbitration seated in Colombia.
And when you hire someone for your team, is that something that you look for?
That's a plus, but it's definitely not required. Uh, and we tend to like to hire fresh out of law school.
Really?
And train people, from the start. That's something we really value. That's something we offer our clients.
So when you hire someone out of law school, how do you determine whether they would be a good fit for your team or whether they have any potential?
That's always something you are concerned about. You definitely want someone who is both a good fit and who has the skills and the willingness to develop in the team. And what we do is basically we tend to broad net. We are one of the few firms who hire from public universities, actually. So we definitely do not stick with the usual suspects. So we cast a wide net, and then we really want people who are emotionally invested in law. So someone who really enjoys being a lawyer and who we could tell is going to be a lawyer with enthusiasm in the team. You definitely want someone who is curious. You want someone who is not afraid to learn about the specifics of different industries, different areas, and who is comfortable going out of their in-depth expertise field, if you will.
What industries have you represented clients in?
So I have personally represented clients in finance, in mining, construction, highways. We even had one client who built a hydroelectric power dam, and another who was in charge of the, I don't even have to say it in English, relleno sanitario. I think it's landfill
Really?
for Bogota. Yeah. So pretty much all over the place.
Oh, that's
Yes.
why I did animal waste, the rendering of
Really?
byproducts. Yeah, I never thought I would know a lot about that either. But it's very funny where the job
It
takes
is.
you.
The job takes you to interesting places that you would never expect to study if you were anywhere else.
That's so
I think.
true.
So there are a group of young practitioners who are trying to, I guess, as analogous to what you do, to get more younger people involved from more diverse backgrounds into arbitration. So there's like a young practitioners association who's trying to push, for forums, etc., bringing experienced practitioners, getting young lawyers involved. And sort of broaden the field of practitioners, and in time, I believe, hopefully, also of arbitrators.
And do you think that's an important cause?
I think it is. I think it's key. That's fundamental, I believe, for the sustainability of any self-respecting profession. I don't think you can keep going with the same people with same backgrounds, with same universities, raised in the same way. If I dare, male, leading a field. That's just something. It doesn't have anything in the background to sustain that state of facts. And actually, if you look at the data from law schools here in Colombia, you have more women than men being admitted to law school on merits-based admissions, and you have more women graduating as lawyers than men. So there's definitely nothing, no sort of that argument that we just don't have the people, or it's gonna take time, or women are not interested. Those sort of arguments that you hear, that's not bear out from the facts.
Yeah, so it's about time we have more women partners also.
Definitely, and I'm very happy to work at a firm where the majority of their partners in Colombia are women.
That's so great.
That's something I'm very happy to be able to say, actually, because I used to work at another law firm where all the partners were men, and that was not something to be proud of.
George, thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you for participating in this
Victoria, it was a
initiative.
pleasure.
It was so lovely to meet you.
It was great to meet you. Thank you for having me.